Hey you, I'm celebrity menswear stylist Ashley Weston, joined by my partner and husband, Dorian.
Hello everybody.
So, women can be very subtle creatures and
Yes.
it can be difficult to know if she's into you or not into you, if you should make a move or maybe continue making a move.
Continue. I hope if you made the move that you already know it.
Well, you just don't know, like maybe you went up to her, but you're not sure if she's into you. So it's just, the signs we give can be quite subtle.
So guys, before we get into all the details though, we have a question for you and would love to see your answer in the comment section below. And that is, what are some of the ways you've discovered a girl liked you? Whether it's good, bad,
Funny,
10 years later, unfortunately. I got told a story once about this, that it was like I was in high school and then I was friendly with a girl, not dating or anything, just friends with her. We ended up reconnecting after all these years. And she was like, so-and-so was like way into you. And I was like, what? What? I was like pissed at myself. I was like, how did I miss this? She's like, oh my God, she would call you. I'm like, oh my God, you're right. So anyways, curious if you guys have those kind of stories below too. Leave in the comment section. Let's get into this one.
And the first sign that she may give you, which will definitely tip you off that, oh yeah, she's feeling this vibe, is when she's making eye contact with you. It's really telling, I would say, if she continues making eye contact with you throughout the entire conversation, because that means she is not tuned out. She is still very much into this vibe that she is feeling between you and her. So that is a really good indicator that she's into you.
And that also goes, obviously, if you're having a conversation, but that also goes for like across the room sort of situation too. If you keep stealing glances at each other, it's like, okay, she's picking up what I'm throwing down here. And the second one on the list, Ash, is one that I noticed when we were dating as well.
Oh yes, this was my go-to. I was dating.
I would say actually for most women, this is a pretty standard go-to for them. And that is when she's touching you. Obviously, you're not talking perverted kind of touching. When she's reaching across when you guys are talking, she's touching your shoulder, laughing. When you guys are walking and she's cold, kind of nuzzles up to you, finds reasons to touch you constantly. You are in, my friend. This
next one, she will definitely be doing if she is into you, and that is laughing and smiling a lot. See, again, it's just with us women, when we're really into someone, we know like when we're laughing and smiling, it's actually that highlights our best features because a smile is very infectious. And so it's like an easy way for us to flirt with you is to laugh and is to smile a lot. And it's also sometimes like a nervousness thing.
And the next one is definitely another telltale sign that you definitely need to look out for. And that is when you're talking or conversing and she starts touching her hair a lot, kind of fidgeting with it a little bit. For whatever reason, touching hair equals you are in, my friend.
I will tell you the reason why we're touching our hair.
Yes.
It's because when we are really feeling you, we want to make sure we're looking great.
Prim
and
proper.
like nothing's out of place. So that's why we're touching our hair, is just to subtly just kind of make sure that we still look good. The next point is when she's adjusting her clothes. So again, those tiny little adjustments
like
that she's doing.
Fidgety kind of stuff.
Yeah,
nervous
the reason
fidgeting.
why is just to, she really wants to make sure that she is looking her best. And so sometimes we can get a little self-conscious or in our head, like, okay, like I'm really liking him. I want him to like me back. Okay, do I look good? I can't just like pull out a mirror or pull out my camera phone to check myself. So it's just subtle ways for us to just kind of make sure like we still look good for you.
And the next one I got for my single days, I started picking up on this and was like, okay, I can definitely tell that if she is doing this, that I'm probably in like Flynn, as they say. And that is if the conversation kind of naturally is going towards talking about past relationships or people you've dated, and she kind of swerves around it or is a little more non-committal, you know she's into you because she doesn't want to bring that into the conversation because it could be negative. She doesn't want you to think maybe weirdly about her. So she's avoiding that like the plague because she is into you, my friend.
And this next sign is, I think, quite subtle.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's see what you guys think.
All right. So when you start a conversation with her and she turns her body towards you and continues having her body towards you.
Facing you.
Yeah, facing you like this. Yes, exactly. Okay. That means she's really into you, that you've caught her attention, she's liking what she's seeing and enjoying the conversation. Now, obviously, if
the inverse of that is if
like
if I'm talking and I'm getting shoulder side ahead,
yeah.
Probably not into you at all.
No.
If you're having a conversation with a girl and she's constantly complimenting you, you're in, kid. You're good to go.
Okay, so this next one I love.
Good one.
Yes, this is a really good one. And this is definitely, I would say most men.
I don't think they pick up on this.
No, and it's an easy way to tell she's into you. If she starts asking you random questions, that means that she just wants to just continue talking to you just for as long as possible because she's really liking you. So now it's just like getting to the territory like, I don't even give a shit like what we're talking about. I'm just gonna keep asking you random questions so you'll keep talking.
When I was in college, there was a girl that would come up to me and ask me the most asinine questions. And I'm just like, what is her problem?
She's crushing on you.
Way over my head. Now that I'm older, I'm like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. And guys, we're at the second to last one, number 2, if you will, about the ways you can tell if a girl is into you. This one I think is better for if you're in a group kind of setting and you're not really one-on-one. This is definitely a good indicator. If the people that are around her are looking at you or, kind of generally giggling and then kind of looking at you, they're talking about you and probably not making fun of you, although there's a slim chance that that could be the case.
Yes.
But girls usually don't waste time on that. They're more interested in the guys they're crushing on as opposed to the guys they think are stupid. All right, guys. So before we get into the final point, number 1, we've got a question for you, like we said at the top of the video. Very curious, leave it in the comment section below. What is a way you eventually discovered that a girl was into you? Hopefully it's a funny one.
Okay, so the final way to know if you've got her attention.
If she's into you.
If she's into you, and I would say this is a really definitive yes.
Yep.
If she tries to find a way to ask you if you're taken or not.
And girls are not so blunt, and some are, but most of them are not.
Yeah.
They're not just gonna walk in and be like, hey, do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, no.
They're gonna say, oh, so what are you up to? What are you doing this weekend? Oh, who were you with?
If we're not into you, we're not going to ask you if you're single or not single. It doesn't matter.
You're not gonna dig to find out if you're single or not single. Hopefully this is helpful. Again, leave your comments in the comment section below. Always curious to see what you guys have encountered in the real world. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.